What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. TFD is in the building with some major breaking news, and this one is turning heads across the sports world. Fresh off the press, reports are flying that Caitlin Clark has accepted Dave Portnoy's massive $10 million offer. And for this story, we're taking it straight to Boston. Let's lock in, let's go. Now, if we're keeping it real, there hasn't been a whole lot of new Caitlin Clark action lately. Most of the conversation around her has been tied to the WNBA CBA talks, contract drama, and what the future of women's professional basketball might look like. That's been the bulk of the content. Outside of that, pretty much just golf. And once again, that's exactly where Caitlin Clark's name pops back up today. So here's the deal. Caitlin Clark played in the ANNIKA Pro-Am recently, one of the biggest celebrity-friendly golf events out there. Kaia Trump was in the field as well, and both of them ended up being two of the most talked-about personalities at the event. While all this was happening, Dave Portnoy, the barstool boss who never misses an opportunity and definitely never bites his tongue, took notice of how competitive Clark and Trump were on the golf course. Portnoy runs something he calls the Internet Invitational, teaming up with Bob Does Sports, which has one of the fastest-growing golf channels on YouTube. I mean, the numbers are insane. I went and checked the videos myself. We're not talking a couple 100,000 views. We're talking 20 million plus. Massive audience, huge exposure. So here's where things get wild. Rumors broke that Caitlin Clark has officially agreed to appear in Portnoy's tournament next year. Kaia Trump reportedly said yes as well. And if you know Portnoy, you know he doesn't care who he upsets, and he doesn't throw around claims unless he feels confident. Now listen, I've got to keep it honest. As of right now, Caitlin Clark herself has not publicly confirmed this, so we're calling it alleged until she does. But let's also be real. What reason would Dave Portnoy have to lie? This is exactly the kind of big, flashy move he loves, and the timing lines up perfectly. If this is true, then get ready. Caitlin Clark is about to take over an entirely different arena. And trust me, this story is just getting started.
So is this more like every other year, let it grow? I heard a great...
No, every year.
Yeah, you invited Caitlin Clark, right? Are you already putting a crew
every
together?
year, huh?
Every year. I'd like to, I don't know what'll get there. I'd like to do a 10 million pool next year. See, I think it's going to be a lot easier to get money, sponsors, all this stuff. We proved it. Year two, you really prove it. And then you got something. I've invited two people so far. They both said yes. I don't know how serious the yeses are. Caitlin said yes. Kaia Trump said yes. Those are my two that I've asked. Whether push comes to shove and those two are available and do it, who knows?
Somebody said you could even make more content with like a play-in where you get you get 10 people, top two get in, then you got that video or two videos.
So there you have it. Kaia Trump and Caitlin Clark have both told Dave Portnoy yes, and that alone is shaking things up. Portnoy's pushing for a massive $10 million prize pool, and honestly, if Caitlin Clark fully commits, that number might even go higher. Because let's be real, the moment sponsors hear her name attached to this event, they're lining up. Caitlin Clark doesn't just bring attention, she brings millions of eyeballs. And if this tournament actually comes together the way Portnoy envisions it, we might be witnessing one of the biggest cross-sport moments of the year. This is the article right here stating that Dave Portnoy, CEO of Barstool Sports, extended an olive branch to Caitlin Clark that could potentially help her secure $10 million a year. Now, the article does talk about the Indiana Fever season, but we can skip past some of that. It goes on to say there's no basketball involved this time, just golf. Basically, Dave Portnoy is trying to get Caitlin Clark back on the golf course. The only difference? He's putting a $10 million purse on it this time, and allegedly even has a couple extra millions set aside on the side. A lot of this information is still alleged. Even Dave Portnoy himself admitted he doesn't know definitively whether Caitlin Clark is going to do it. But the article mentions that it looks like she's ready to raise the stakes. On Thursday, Portnoy announced that he will be putting together a golf tournament featuring golfers and major social media influencers. The purse is expected to increase to $10 million. This year it was only $1 million, which makes this jump absolutely crazy. That is a major bag. It's no secret that Caitlin Clark loves golf. She played earlier this year in the ANNIKA tournament with Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Houle, and I'm telling you right now, if Sophie or Lexi end up being part of this event too, this thing could blow up even more.
But honestly, these are the kinds of things Caitlin Clark needs to be doing during the offseason to keep her stock high. I know some of you might think her stock is already sky high, but let's be real, it dipped a little bit, bro. These moves help keep her name buzzing.
Now, let's move here. Sophie Cunningham shares decision away from the WNBA with Caitlin Clark. Sophie Cunningham, whose first year with the Indiana Fever ended prematurely due to a season-ending knee injury, took part in the Pro-Am that preceded the ANNIKA driven by Gainbridge at Pelican Golf Club on November 11th. Unlike Clark, Cunningham did not play in the Pro-Am. Instead, the WNBA veteran was a special caddy for the event, along with Fever teammate Lexi Hull. Cunningham discussed her experience on the latest episode of her podcast, which led to an announcement about her off-season plans with Clark and Hull. Cunningham was a popular player before she joined the Fever this past season. However, her fame reached new heights while playing alongside Clark on the league's most well-supported team. Her rise in popularity led Cunningham to launch her own podcast, Show Me Something, in July, which she hosts with reality TV star West Wilson, an old friend. On Wednesday's episode of the podcast, Cunningham revealed her decision to take up the game of golf. I think I have some potential in my golf game. I really do. I'm going to play this Friday, I think, just to see where I'm at. Cunningham said she plans to play with Clark, who's already shown she's an ace on the golf course too. She's really good, Cunningham said of Clark. She can really hit it well. She's really good. My getaway is the pool and the beach. Hers is golf. I think me, her, and Lexi are going to go and play a little bit more. Because we had fun. It was a blast. It was so nice. Just a completely different vibe than basketball. It was cool.
So here's where things get even more interesting. We all know Sophie's got a major decision coming up with free agency, and it's going to be fascinating to see how that whole situation plays out. And honestly, if she ever decides to pick up golf seriously, I wouldn't be shocked if Dave Portnoy tried to invite her too. She already has the personality and the platform for it. Plus, her podcast, which ended up on Colin Cowherd's network, The Volume, has given her a massive audience. From what I remember, Portnoy even talked to Sophie about possibly bringing her show to Barstool, but scheduling conflicts and some business details couldn't be worked out, so it landed on The Volume instead. And honestly, that podcast has produced a ton of must-see moments. Sure, sometimes people get mad at something she says, but who cares? People get triggered over everything nowadays and move on the next day. Speaking of triggered, all because I called out that sports writer who used Caitlin Clark's name to attack Trump's granddaughter for absolutely no reason other than being emotional. That was wild. You don't have to like Trump or politics, but using Caitlin Clark as a weapon against a teenager, that's low, no matter how you slice it. But back to the real story. Right now, Dave Portnoy truly believes he's got Caitlin Clark locked in for his tournament. And once I looked into this internet invitational, I was blown away. We're talking 20 to 25 million views in a single month. That's massive. To give you a comparison, a great month on this channel might hit 5 million. Multiply that by 5, and you see the kind of exposure Caitlin would tap into. It's big, it's real, and it might be happening sooner than people think. Let me know what you think.
And her teammates right there, Sophie, Lexi, fist bumps, love it. More to come from Caitlin Clark.